Today I'm going to be telling you the story of how I lost my virginity. And boy, oh boy, is it an interesting story. So I didn't lose my virginity till I was like 18 or 19. I was like relatively old compared to all of my friends. And you're probably thinking like, oh my God, that's like so sweet. Like she probably like waited till she met somebody that like cared about her. Yeah, no, actually quite the opposite. Basically, I was just like embarrassed slash like tired of people being like, oh my God, like Hallie's a virgin. So one night I just decided I'm gonna lose my virginity. I was visiting my friend at the University of Alabama where I knew literally nobody the night that I decided I wanted to lose my virginity. Like it's not like I had anybody in mind for this. So we go out to the bars, and if you know the University of Alabama, I was at Rounders, which that really honestly makes a lot of sense. So I meet this guy through like my friends, like whatever, and we were like vibing, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna lose my virginity to him. Looking back, I'm like, who the fuck does that? Like that was actually a terrible, disgusting choice, but like whatever. Prior to this guy, I had literally kissed probably maybe 2 other people in my entire life. So I was just like so inexperienced, and I was like making out with him on the dance floor. After a little while, he's like, do you want to come back to my apartment with me? And I'm like, yep. Side note, I also like didn't want him to know that I was a virgin, so I was like gaslighting him the whole time to like make him think that I was like a whore. I have no idea why I did this. I just like didn't want to tell him that I was a virgin. Whatever, I won't get into the nitty gritty of everything, but we go back to his apartment, do it. It was not good. Like, not good at all for reasons I won't even dive into. And like, granted, obviously, like, I was inexperienced. Like, I had never had sex before, but like, it wasn't even my fault of why it was bad. It was fully him. Like, he was just really, really bad. Anyway, so right after we're done, I'm like, ugh, like, he really icked me out. And I was like, I do not want to stay here with you. Like, I literally actually cannot. I was also drunk. I was like, I just want to go back to my friend who I'm staying with's apartment. So he takes me back, and in order to enter into her apartment, there's like a gate code. And it's like a huge, like, really, really, really tall gate, like 10 feet tall. So he's like, I'm pretty sure the code to get in is 3333. Like, let me try it. And literally I go, are you fucking dumb? Like, why would the code be 3333? That's so easy. Like, you're actually an idiot. Like, no. I am in a mini skirt. I literally hop out of this man's car and I go scale the fucking 10-foot fence, okay? He watches me do all of this. Like, I fall over the fence, vagina out. Oh my God, I couldn't have looked worse. My friend lived on the 5th story of this building. I literally ran over to under her apartment and I'm screaming. I'm like, let me in! It's like 3 a.m. She finally wakes up and comes outside. She's like, why do you look so bad? I'm like, oh my God, because I just had to scale your fucking gate because this idiot thought your gate code was 3333. And she just looks at me and she goes, Hallie, that is the gate code. I was like, okay, period. And after that day, I have never seen or spoken to the man who took my virginity ever again. I'm fully fine with this, but moral of the story, don't be an idiot like me and just like wait till you meet somebody nice. I don't know.
Bueno, esta es una story time de cómo un hombre me ofreció darme absolutamente todo y ayudar a mi familia si yo me iba a vivir con él, y cuál fue su reacción cuando yo le di mi respuesta. Resulta que esto sucedió cuando yo tenía 15 años. En ese momento vivíamos en un barrio popular donde vivía la familia de este señor y donde pues todo el mundo lo quería, lo apreciaba porque además tenía mucho dinero, porque ejercía una labor no muy legal, pues sencillamente nadie le paraba bolas a eso, simplemente él era muy querido con toda la comunidad, entonces normal. El tipo me molestaba demasiado, todo el tiempo estaba detrás mío molestándome, e incluso se hizo amigo de mis tíos y de algunas personas de mi familia. Y un día me invitó a almorzar. Le pido permiso a mis papás para invitarme a almorzar. Y yo le dije a mis papás, déjenme ir, por favor, confíen en lo que ustedes han hecho conmigo. Yo quiero ir. Así es que ellos me dijeron, dale, está bien, ve. Yo fui a almorzar con él y su propuesta fue la siguiente. Me dijo, te compro apartamento, lo pongo a tu nombre, te compro carro, te doy todo lo que quieras, joyas, ropa, bueno, absolutamente todo. Pero lo mejor de todo es que le pago la casa a tus papás porque sé que la van a perder y se las van a rematar. Así es que le pago la deuda a tus papás para que ellos queden sin deuda y les damos una mensualidad. ¿Qué te parece? Lo único que tienes que hacer es irte a vivir conmigo. Cuando yo escuché esto, digamos que ya lo presentía. Lo que hice fue que inmediatamente le dije, no me interesa. Insistió, yo seguí diciéndole que no me interesaba. Finalmente, cuando me dijo, vámonos entonces para tu casa, te dejo en tu casa, y vamos en el carro, y en el carro él me dice, ¿en serio prefieres quedarte con un peladito que no tiene nada que ofrecerte, con un cari bonito que no tenga nada que ofrecerte? Y yo le dije, en serio prefiero quedarme con alguien de quien me enamore. Paso seguido me dijo, ok, entonces vas a dejar a tus papás sin casa. ¿Quieres dejarlos en la calle? ¿No te preocupan? Y yo le dije, mira, eso no es mi responsabilidad y ellos no se van a quedar en la calle. Así es que mi respuesta sigue siendo no. A lo que él me dice, ¿sabes una cosa? Por eso te vas a quedar pobre toda la vida, porque no aprendes a aprovechar las oportunidades. Te vas a quedar pobre toda la vida y te vas a acordar de mí. Te bajas. Me bajé. Efectivamente, me bajé, me fui para mi casa. Yo lo hice porque sabía a lo que iba y quería decírselo en su cara. Así es que yo quedé feliz, pero ustedes no se alcanzan a imaginar lo que pasó después. Se los voy a dejar en una segunda parte.
If breaking up with your partner breaks your trust in other people, you never were actually in love with your partner. That is attachment.
Guys, I want to tell you guys a story of my experience with, from what I think was a cannibal when I was 15 years old. So I met this guy. He lived in my city, and by the way, he's famous. Like, he has 2 million followers, and he hasn't posted in a really long time. And when I go to his page, people are like, oh, where are you? Like, he's doing a mental health break. No, babe. No. If you look his name up on the internet, it says blank groomed me, blank allegations. I think he has too many victims that have posted stuff. And I think he's paying people off, because when you click on those search recommendations, it's just a bunch of nothing. It takes you to his TikTok, and DMCAs are a thing. So and I understand DMCAs. You can pretty much get anything you want taken down if you pay somebody. So basically, I met this guy. The first time we ever hung out, he was like, you're not wearing that, go inside, and changed my outfit. And before you think, oh, he was dressing a little bit more modest, no, this guy literally picks out like the skimpiest outfit ever. He turns my crop top into a bra and my jeans into a skirt, which I didn't really care. I was, at the time, you guys, living with my sisters in an apartment, and my mom and her boyfriend lived 2 hours away, and we were all just attending the high school down the street. So I didn't really have much, and he was buying me groceries that day, so I was like, period, a man I can use. And that sounds really horrible, but I was in like fight or flight my whole growing up. So the first time I ever hung out with him, it really wasn't that bad. All he did, though, that was like red flaggish, was like he brought up an ex. He was like, oh, like I hurt my ex so bad, like, and I'm just thinking like, oh, like maybe he like cheated on her, like, you know, like. And so I was rebounding with this guy. I just got my heart broken, so I was like, oh, like what happened, you know, like what's wrong, why? And he was like, oh, like I hurt her. And now, like, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, oh, by hurt, did he mean, like, try to eat her? Like, Okay, so he already was, like, verbally abusive on, like, day 2 of us hanging out. I was in this man's car, and I was VAPING, and he snatched out my hands, and he was, like, pointed at a homeless guy, and he was like, do you want to be fucking homeless? Like, getting in my face, yelling at me, calling me like a low life, basically. And I'm just like crying, begging him to stop. Like, this man's in my face screaming at me, and I'm like, please stop, like, okay, like. And he's like, you're sleeping at my house tonight, and I'm taking these, and you're going 24 hours without them if you want them back. So he like has my stuff. So I stay the night at his house that night, and I throw up of anxiety, and I get my stuff back in the morning. And I should have left, but I was 15 at this time, and I didn't have like any self-respect at all. And evil enough, this is like the best influence I have in my life at the time. He doesn't want me doing bad stuff, like, okay, so one day, another time I stayed the night at his house, he was like, what are your grades? Let me see your grades. And I'm like, oh my god. I show him my grades, and he's just like, you know, like angry once again, mad, like, you're sorting this out right now. So he brings me over to his desk, and he's like, sit on my lap, and he forces me to write an email to every single teacher that I had a bad grade in their class, and explain myself, and like basically ask for extra credit and chances to fix my grades. And so he's like forcing me to do this, and he's like, if you can get your grades up, I will buy you a SIM card. But I will just buy you a SIM card because I need to be able to get a hold of you. So, free SIM card? Question mark. Obviously, it's very questionable, very weird. And so one night I come over to his house, and that night he had just bought a ring light, and I help him set it up. And he's like, let's use this ring light, like let's do a photo shoot. I have like a great idea in mind. So I'm like, okay, like I'm down for photo shoots, because he was pretty TikTok famous. Like I think at the time he had like 800K on TikTok. This was in 2020. And so we would do like photo shoots, because I had like 15K on TikTok at the time. So we would do like photo shoots and things like that. So he's like, okay, so take your clothes off and lay on the bed like this. So like helps me get situated in a position. He's like setting his phone. He's like, I will be right back. And he comes back with a knife and a fork and records everything. And then he's like, with the photos of it, he sends it to my phone, and like takes my phone and posts it to my private Instagram so that my like ex, who wasn't my ex, would see it. And yeah, he made me post it. A very inappropriate, violent photo. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I'm never hanging out with this man again. Like, this is so odd. I want to go home. So he takes me home, and as I'm shutting my apartment door, he's like, can I come in? Like, and I'm, yes, you can come in. Like, I have to go to bed soon. I'm tired, you know? I just wanted to be able to hit my stuff without him getting angry at me. So I'm like, oh, please hurry. And he comes to my house, and he's like, sit on my lap, and he's like talking to me. And he's like, you know, like, do you know who my idol is? And I'm like, who? Who's your idol? And he says, Ted Bundy. And I'm like, oh. That makes a lot of sense after the last ordeal. So anyways, I cut him off. I don't say anything. I simply ghost him. And I'm like avoiding this problem. I ghost him. So after a couple days of ghosting him, he's like spamming me, nonstop texting, like, where are you? Answer me. And I'm just avoiding him, staying at my neighbor's house at the time, because I had like a neighbor next door who also didn't have parents, who was my age. And he was like my best friend at that time. I'm staying at his house, and I come home to my apartment just to grab some stuff, to grab some face wash, my toothbrush and stuff, because I was kind of living with my friend at this time. And I didn't have a key to this apartment. None of us had a key to this apartment, and he knew that. My mom, for some reason, like out of punishment, like took the apartment keys so that we couldn't lock the door anymore. I don't know what it was about. I think it was so nobody would lock the door. And so he knew that my door didn't lock. And I come home one day, and I go in my elevator on the way to the apartment room, and I like smell the air, and I'm like, it really smells like this guy. Like, it smells like he was in here. And I'm walking down the hall to my apartment, and I'm like, what? It actually smells like he's here. I open my apartment door, and I go inside, and is he in here? And I go into my bedroom, and there's an outfit laid out on my bed. So yeah, anyways, that was a whole ordeal. I ended up running away, not because of him. And by the way, my sister to this day is always like, dude, he knew he didn't have a fucking key. Like I can't believe you put us in date. Like, my sister gets mad about it. Like, this guy was so creepy. So even my friend too, my home girl that I lived with, Like, she knew about all this. He was harassing me in my TikTok comments, going off when I was living with her. And there was like TikTok of him, like, to this audio where it's like, run rabbit run, or something like that. And every time we'd hear it, she would like scream, and she was like, we were like scared because we would like envision him because he was like this in the fucking video. And oh my gosh, traumatizing. And I didn't really register it until I turned 16. I was like, that's really weird. Oh, and I just want to say, you guys, I was 15 when this all happened, and when I met him, I thought he was 18, but I just looked up his age, and he's 4 years older than me. So,
The reason most couples argue is because you guys are both making your own assumptions about what the other person's thinking, their intentions. Oh, you probably did this because you didn't care about me. I'm gonna be honest, that's very unreasonable. Assuming that your partner has malicious motives to hurt your heart sounds like the perfect formula for you to continue your avoidant behavior, for you to choose to protect yourself, defend yourself, not be a part of this relationship.
Hey guys, let's talk about why my high school friend literally ghosted me and did not talk to me ever again. So first of all, this is not I'm not the problem. She was the problem, and she was weird as fuck. So we were besties, I guess. We were friends because her bestie went with my bestie, so then me and her became besties or whatever. So we always hung out. I always went over to her house. She always came over to my house and all this shit. And this was already after high school, so we're we're grown, we're 19, 20, whatever. And this girl, she always how do I say it? She's a presumida, she shows off her daddy's money and what her family has, and she paints it as it's hers, her stuff, her money, her cars, her all this shit. So she basically wanted to feel like she was rich or she had money, but in reality she didn't. So she was always oh, in a nice car or whatever. She just bragged about, well, not bragged, but se hizo pasar como que si tenía mucho dinero and all this shit, you know? And one day she came to visit me, and I live I used to live close by a taco truck, and she's oh, we should go get a taco truck or whatever. And I was hella down. I was hungry. I was yeah, let's go. And I took money just in case, even though she's always oh, I got it, I'll pay for it. She's always carrying around expensive bags, Michael Kors, fucking, I don't even know if they're name brand bags, but that's how she was. And so we went to go get taco truck, and then when the man, he was oh, he told us our total, she said she was gonna pay, she said she got it, you know. So I was okay, whatever. And then she was all rummaging into her purse and shit, oh, I don't have my cash or whatever. And I was oh, don't worry about it, I brought money just in case, because just in case. And so I paid, and then she was oh my god, thank you, I thought I had money in my purse or whatever, I'll pay you back or whatever. And I was no, it's fine, I'm not bugging, I'm not tripping about that. And we didn't really hang out a lot because she lived in another town or whatever. She lived 10 minutes maybe away, but we had our own life and shit. And we would text and shit. And this one time she asked me for money. Now, this is where the story gets juicy. So she asked me for money because she said that she was going to go get her hair done. And I guess, she didn't have enough or whatever. And if I can send her some money, you know. And then I was yeah, for sure. I don't mind. How much do you need? And she was oh, I just need 100. I came to get my hair done. And, a fucking bullshit ass excuse. And I was okay, yeah, for sure. So I sent it to her. I sent the $100. And I mean, she didn't lie. She did go get her hair done. But then she was acting hella weird after. And she was oh, I'll see when I can go to your house, to pay you back or whatever. And then I was yeah, for sure. Don't worry about it, whatever. And then she was no, I'm gonna go pay you back, this day. Let me know if you're home. And then we were texting, and I was yeah, I'm home, or I think that day I wasn't home, but then I got home and I texted her. I was hey, I'm home, if you're free, you can come by and bring the money. And she deadass didn't text me at all after that. And like I texted her again, like, oh, like, did you forget, or like some fucking shit. Like I wasn't like, oh, I need my money right now, you know. I wasn't like tripping about that. I was just like, oh, like, you said you were gonna bring the money, like, I'm home now, you know. And so she like kind of lagged after that, and I wasn't gonna be fucking annoying, like texting her like every time, you know. But I was like kind of like, I need my money, I want my money, like, you know. And then after a while, like, we didn't talk at all, or some fucking shit happened, I don't know. And like we just like stopped talking. Like she just stopped talking. She stopped texting me, like, everything. And then I was like, okay. And then I go like check like our friendship shit on Snap, and she had fucking like removed me from her friends. She either removed me or blocked me or some shit, because she was still watching my stories and I couldn't see her stories, and like it was just like fucking weird. And then I was like, what the fuck? This weird ass bitch literally like fucking removed me from her fucking friends and not talked to me at all. And so I removed her from my Snap too, because I was like, what the fuck? You wanna act weird as fuck? Like, for what? For what? And then so she used to like talk hella shit about her like other friend, like her friend before me that we like switched off, like, you know, like the thing that I said in the beginning. And she was always talking shit about her. And then one time, like, I saw that she was like posting about her or some shit, that they're like hanging out together, like at her house. Like the other girl went over to her house, and I was like, what the I was like, what is going on? Like, you were just talking shit about this fucking girl, and now you're like besties again with her, but you cut me off because you owe me fucking money, bitch. Like, you're fucking weird as fuck. And so from there, I was like, yeah, no, goodbye. I fucking unfollowed her from Instagram. I don't have her on Snap. Like, I think I still have her number, but she probably blocked me. I don't fucking know. And it's just like, you really try to paint yourself as a fucking rich bitch over here, thinking that you can pay for everything, but you can't even pay for your fucking hair appointment, and you can't even pay the person back. And to this day, she has not fucking paid me back. And it's been like maybe years, like maybe 2-3 years, I don't fucking know, but it's been a while. And the bitch still hasn't paid me back. Like, I'm not, okay, yeah, it's $100. Obviously, I'm gonna trip, but I'm not gonna make a big ass deal about it. Like, I can go to her house. I can fucking pull up to her house and be like, hey, like, give me my money. But I'm not like that. Like, if you wanna fucking be a fucking weird ass bitch and not pay me back, like, that goes to show what kind of person you are. And for her to fucking go back with her bestie or whatever and post on her fucking Instagram story that, oh, she's hanging out with her and all this shit, like, bitch, you're supposed to be paying me back, ho. The fuck? And so, yeah, I cut her off. She was fucking acting weird as fuck. She didn't want to fucking pay me. Okay, I don't know. She's just, but yeah, that's the story, and that's why bitches be weird as fuck.